Millions of years ago, human life began in caves on Earth. Who knows, maybe in the future, we might say the same about humans on the moon. For the first time, scientists have found a cave on the moon, an underground tunnel hidden beneath its surface. This incredible discovery could change everything we know about space. 15 years ago, a Japanese spacecraft discovered a strange hole on the moon in a region called Mare Tranquillitatis. Since then, over 200 similar pits have been identified, which could be entrances to a hidden world beneath the lunar surface. China is now preparing to explore these tunnels, and what they find might change humanity's future forever. These tunnels could even hold the key to our survival in space. 15 years ago, while orbiting the moon, a Japanese probe found something unusual. Among all the craters, one stood out. It wasn't just a regular hole, but a deep, dark pit leading underground. Since then, scientists have identified over 200 such pits, which may lead to unknown caves beneath the moon's surface. These discoveries have sparked excitement among scientists, as these caves might hold clues about the moon's history and how humans could live there in the future. China has been making significant progress in space exploration. They've built the Tiangong space station and succeeded with their Chang'e lunar missions. They're planning a manned moon landing by 2030 and even hope to establish a permanent base there. These mysterious lunar pits could play a key role in those plans. From a distance, these pits might look like ordinary craters created by meteor impacts. However, scientists believe they are collapsed sections of ancient lava tubes. Billions of years ago, the moon had active volcanoes that formed underground lava tunnels. When the lava stopped flowing, it left behind empty channels. Over time, some parts of these tubes collapsed, forming the pits we see today. On Earth, we also have lava tubes, such as in Hawaii and Iceland. Some are large enough to walk through, like Hawaii's Kazamura Cave, the longest lava tube on Earth. However, on the moon, where gravity is weaker, these tubes could be much larger, big enough to hold entire city blocks. These pits are thought to be entrances to vast underground tunnels that have been untouched for billions of years. Advanced technology has helped scientists confirm these tunnels exist. High-resolution images and data from missions like NASA's Grail and Japan's Selene have mapped out these hidden spaces. They found branching tunnels beneath pits in areas like Mare Tranquillitatis and Marius Hills. This evidence has led China and other space agencies to focus on exploring these caves for future lunar missions. The moon is a harsh place for humans. Its surface is bombarded with radiation and micrometeorites, and it experiences extreme temperatures from 250 degrees Fahrenheit during the day to minus 200 degrees Fahrenheit at night. However, these lava tubes could provide natural shelter. The thick walls and ceilings could protect astronauts from radiation, micrometeorites, and temperature swings. Inside one pit in Mare Tranquillitatis, the temperature remains at a stable 63 degrees Fahrenheit, a much more livable environment. These underground caves could serve as ready-made shelters for astronauts. Instead of building structures from scratch, we could set up bases inside these natural formations. Some lava tubes on the moon are over a kilometer wide, offering enough space for living quarters, labs, and even factories. They could even be sealed off and filled with breathable air, creating Earth-like conditions inside. Using these caves could also make growing food on the moon possible. Farming on the surface is almost impossible due to the extreme conditions, but inside the stable environment of the lava tubes, we could use hydroponic systems to grow food. This would reduce the need for constant supply missions from Earth and make long-term habitation on the moon more practical. Imagine walking into a lunar cave with breathable air and comfortable temperatures while still experiencing the moon's low gravity. These caves could become future homes or research centers. However, before we start imagining lunar cities, we need to ensure these caves are safe. Are they stable enough to withstand moonquakes, or could they collapse? Space agencies are developing new technologies to explore these caves safely. For instance, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is designing a robot called the DU Axle rover, which can explore these extreme terrains. One part of the rover stays anchored at the edge of a pit, while the other descends to explore the depths. This technology could help unlock the secrets of the moon's hidden tunnels. Scientists are working on advanced tools to explore the moon's lava tubes. One method uses cameras and laser scanners to map the underground caves. Another approach involves a small robot called Deus, developed by the University of Würzburg. It can roll through the narrow tunnels and use laser technology to create detailed 3D maps. There's also a robot called the Space Hopper from ETH Zurich, which can hop into pits, gather data, and jump back out. These tools will help scientists understand whether the caves are safe enough to support human life. China has its own plans for exploring these caves. They are developing mobile robots with imaging systems to study and map the underground spaces. The information collected by these robots will be critical in determining if the caves are stable enough for humans to live in. After all, no one wants to build a base inside a cave that might collapse during a moonquake. Besides offering shelter, these caves might contain valuable resources. The moon has helium-3, a rare material that could fuel powerful nuclear fusion reactors, providing nearly unlimited energy. There's also the possibility of finding water ice in these caves. Water on the moon would be a game changer. It could be used for drinking, split into oxygen for breathing, and hydrogen for rocket fuel. This would turn the moon into a refueling station for future space missions. We are witnessing an exciting time as a new race to the moon begins. Unlike the 1960s space race, this one isn't just about planting flags. It's about staying on the moon and learning how to live and work there long term. The United States and China are competing, but private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are also getting involved. They are working to make space travel more affordable and efficient, with the goal of creating a lunar economy. China, in particular, is focused on building a permanent base on the moon by 2030. For them, the moon represents both scientific opportunity and geopolitical power, a launchpad for humanity's future in space. Our efforts to explore the moon's caves are similar to our ancient past. Thousands of years ago, humans sought safety in caves on Earth. These dark shelters protected them from weather, predators, and other dangers. Now, we are drawn to similar shelters on the moon, lava tubes that could become homes for future generations. It's a poetic connection between the past and the future. Humanity is naturally curious and always searching for new places to live. One day, people may look back and see the moon not as a distant rock, but as the first place where we learn to live beyond Earth. The challenges ahead are enormous, but just as we conquered Earth's wilderness, we are now ready to explore the stars. The moon's mysterious caves could hold the key to a future where humans thrive not just on Earth, but across the solar system. To make this vision a reality, there are many problems to solve. We need technology to explore and survive on the moon, which is a harsh and unforgiving place. Establishing a permanent base means solving engineering, biological, and even social challenges. The moon's surface is bombarded with radiation, extreme temperatures, and lacks breathable air. Every step must be carefully planned because mistakes can be deadly. Transporting resources from Earth will be expensive and complicated. However, if we can use the moon's water ice to produce oxygen, drinking water, and rocket fuel, we could reduce our reliance on Earth. Growing food is another big challenge. Traditional farming isn't possible on the moon, but hydroponic systems could allow plants to grow without soil, using nutrient-rich water instead. These systems would need to work in low gravity and artificial light. Radiation is a major concern because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere or magnetic field to protect against harmful rays. Lava tubes offer natural protection, but astronauts will still need shielding when working on the surface. Space agencies are developing advanced materials and radiation-proof suits for these tasks. Building a community on the moon also requires addressing mental health and social needs. Isolation and limited communication with loved ones can take a toll. Designing comfortable living spaces, ensuring regular contact with Earth, and creating activities to keep residents engaged will be essential. Energy is another critical issue. Solar power is the most obvious choice, but the moon's 2-week-long nights make it challenging. Batteries, fuel cells, or even nuclear power might be needed to store energy and keep the base running. The moon's low gravity offers some advantages, like easier construction and transportation, but it also affects the human body. Long-term exposure can weaken muscles and bones, so astronauts will need regular exercise and other countermeasures. Beyond technical challenges, there are legal and ethical questions. Who owns the moon? Who can use its resources? The 1967 Outer Space Treaty states that the moon belongs to all humankind and cannot be claimed by any country. However, as more nations and companies get involved, new agreements will be needed to prevent conflicts. Despite these challenges, the rewards are immense. The moon offers unique scientific opportunities and could be a base for exploring Mars and beyond. By learning how to live on the moon, we prepare for even greater adventures in space. The moon's lava tubes, with their potential resources and natural protection, are key to this future. They symbolize the next step in humanity's journey to create something extraordinary. So, what do you think? Should humanity focus on colonizing the moon or solving Earth's problems first? If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and share.